Mika adjusted her nurse costume in the mirror, smoothing out the wrinkles in the white fabric. A fake blood stain trailed from her collar to her hip, part of the cheap Halloween costume Reina had insisted they wear. I can't believe I let you talk me into this, Mika muttered as she laced her boots. You need to live a little, Reina called from the bathroom. One night. We get drunk, we take stupid pictures, we laugh about it. No guys, no clubs, just us. Mika rolled her eyes but smiled. Reina always had a way of dragging her into things. It had been a rough year. Maybe this would help. They left around 10, weaving through streets buzzing with costume partygoers. Reina made them stop for photos every few blocks. She posed dramatically under fake cobwebs and pointed at plastic skeletons like she'd never seen Halloween decorations before. Mika laughed more than she expected. By 11:30, the crowds thinned. They wandered toward the quieter side streets of the neighborhood. We should head back soon, Mika said. I think my feet are about to give out. One more block, Reina grinned. Shortcut. Trust me. They turned the corner into a dim street lined with parked cars. Above them, a street lamp buzzed and flickered. That's when they saw her. A tall woman stood motionless beneath the light. She wore a beige coat that hung to her knees and a white surgical mask that concealed the lower half of her face. Her long black hair was parted down the middle. People really go all out, Reina whispered. The woman stepped forward. Do you think I'm pretty? Her voice was soft, hollow. Mika blinked. Yeah, sure. Reina snorted. Not really. The woman tilted her head. Slowly, she lifted her hands to the elastic and peeled the mask away. Her mouth had been sliced open from ear to ear, torn skin pulled back in a permanent gory grin. Reina didn't scream at first. She just gasped. Then a hand shot out and yanked her backward. So fast, so violently, it didn't seem real. Mika turned just in time to see Reina disappear behind a row of parked cars. She ran. Her boots pounded the pavement. Her chest burned. She turned corner after corner, but the streets were empty. She tried a door. Locked. Another. No answer. She banged on the storefront window only to be greeted by her own reflection. Only it wasn't hers. Behind her in the glass, a tall woman stood in silence. Mika turned around. No one was there. She kept running, down alleys, past houses with jack-o'-lanterns still glowing. She caught glimpses, reflections in puddles, in a dark car window, always of that same pale face, that smile. At one point, she stumbled. Her hand slammed against a car hood. When she looked up, she saw her reflection again, but in the backseat window behind her own image, the woman sat still, her slit mouth twitching. Mika screamed and ran. Another corner, another reflection. In a dark window, she saw the figure standing just behind her again, closer this time. As she sprinted the last block, something echoed behind her. Not footsteps, but the soft metallic snip of scissors opening and closing. She reached her house. She fumbled the keys, flung the door open, slammed it shut, and locked every bolt she could reach. She collapsed on the floor, gasping. Her hands trembled so hard she couldn't hold her phone. Eventually, she texted Reina. Where are you? Are you okay? Answer me. The final message came back read, undeliverable. She stood up and peeled off her costume. Her skin felt clammy. She made her way to the bathroom, splashed cold water on her face, and stared at herself in the mirror. It wasn't real. It had to be a prank, a sick, elaborate prank. This is something Reina would do. She laughed just a little. She wandered into her room, picked up a framed photo of her and Reina from trips years ago. Reina had her arm draped around Mika's neck, both of them making dumb faces in front of a haunted house. It had been their thing every October. Horror movies, jump scares, urban legends. You better be messing with me, she whispered to the photo. This better be one of your pranks. Then she poured herself a half glass of wine, sat on the couch, ate a mini Snickers from the bowl on her coffee table. Her hand still shook. She turned on the TV. A cooking show was playing, the cheerful host slicing vegetables. The sound helped. It made her apartment feel normal again. Outside, something scraped gently across her living room window. Mika paused, listened. Nothing followed. "You're fine," she whispered. "You're home. You're safe." The lights flickered. She froze. Then the doorbell rang. She crept to the peephole and looked through. A small figure stood on her porch. They wore a black cloak, hood drawn low over their face, a plastic pumpkin bucket dangling from one hand. The porch light buzzed faintly. Mika froze. It was late. The streets had been silent for hours. Who would be trick-or-treating now? Her hand hovered over the doorknob. She hesitated, then cracked the door open. "Hey," she whispered, trying to keep her voice steady. I don't have much left." She reached into the bowl and dropped a few last candies into the child's bucket. They didn't move. They didn't speak. Didn't even flinch at the clink of wrappers hitting plastic. "Okay," Mika said slowly. "You got your candy. Happy Halloween." She closed the door. The child lifted their head. Their skin was chalk white, their eyes blank, and their mouth slit open from ear to ear, hung wide and wet, blood threading down from both cheeks and pooling in the bucket below. Mika gasped and stumbled backward. Then a sound behind the child, soft footsteps. A second figure emerged from the darkness beyond the porch. She stepped into the light. A beige coat, long black hair, no mask, and a face Mika knew better than her own. Reina. But not really, not anymore. Her mouth too was torn open, the corners split into a jagged, gory smile, her skin pale as paper, her eyes unreadable. That grin, wide, red, and bleeding, gleamed in the porch light. Mika's body moved before her brain could catch up. She slammed the door. But a hand shot through the gap too fast and stopped it. Reina forced it open with ease. The child stepped aside as she entered. "Do you think I'm pretty?" Mika backed up until her spine hit the wall. Her lips trembled. "Yes." Reina tilted her head slightly. "Liar." Mika's knees gave out. She crawled backward into the living room, pushing herself with her palms. "Please," she said. Just stop. Is this some kind of punishment? Some sick joke?" Reina said nothing. Her eyes were dark hollows, her expression fixed. "You don't have to do this," Mika cried. "If you were ever my friend, just go, please." Reina stepped over the threshold and shut the door behind her. The child stood in the entryway. Mika's voice cracked. "Reina, please. I'm sorry." But Reina didn't blink. She reached into her coat. Scissors. Long, heavy, old-fashioned. The blades opened with a slow metallic snip. Mika scrambled to her feet, turned to run, and slipped. She hit the floor hard, shoulders slamming into the coffee table, candy scattered underfoot. Reina was on her in seconds, impossibly strong. She straddled her chest and pinned her arms down like she weighed nothing. Mika screamed, fought with every ounce of strength, but it was like wrestling with death itself. "You lied," Reina whispered. The scissors hovered. "Now you match me." The blades pressed into Mika's cheek. She felt the first puncture, the pressure, the slicing. A line of fire tearing its way across her face. She tried to scream, but the sound caught, wet and strangled, and then only silence. That night, 3 blocks away, a woman opened her door to a trick-or-treater in a black cloak. The child held out a candy bucket. She dropped a few pieces of candy in. From the shadows behind them, a taller figure stepped forward. Do you think I'm pretty?